Southwest Airlines has launched an internal investigation into a pilot who uttered the dorky phrase, "Let's go Biden." Brandon. Let's go Brandon. And it's just a way of saying F Joe Biden without dropping the F-bomb, because when you want to be a baddie, you also want to make sure you don't upset mommy by saying bad words that might, offend her. Now, the phrase "Let's go Brandon," which is understood to be code for swearing at President Biden. Just say it. If you're gonna say it, just say it. But anyway, the phrase "Let's go Brandon," which is understood to be code for swearing at President Biden, was uttered over the intercom by a Southwest pilot during a flight on Friday. An AP reporter, Colleen Long, who was on that flight, added that it prompted audible gasps from some passengers. Now, Southwest Airlines has apologized for this. They said that they're investigating the whole situation. They also say that Southwest does not condone employees sharing their personal political opinions while on the job. And the airline would not say if the pilot had been suspended for making the remark, adding that it does not comment on an employee's status. The "Let's go Brandon" phrase apparently goes back to some NASCAR incident. The viral moment began in early October at a NASCAR race in Alabama that was broadcasted on NBC. As a crowd appeared to be cheering on the driver Brandon Brown, an NBC reporter interviewing Brown suggested that people were chanting "Let's go Brandon," but it became clear that they were actually saying a 4-letter expletive and then Joe Biden. Okay, so that's where it comes from. And I have two thoughts. Number one, F Joe Biden does not offend me. I don't care, okay? I don't care at all. In fact, if you're gonna say it, just say it. I think the dorky "Let's go Brandon" thing is embarrassing. And I personally, if I were a right winger, I wouldn't utter that phrase because of how embarrassing it is. But secondly, look, just let people get from point A to point B without making it political. Flying is annoying as hell as it is. If the pilot said F Trump, I would be equally annoyed. Can we just have one slice of life that isn't overly politicized with nonsense? We can't. You can't go anywhere or do anything without politics slapping you in the face at all times. It's annoying. And I think this is different from athletes voicing their political opinion. This is a pilot. You're a pilot. Just shut up and do your job. You're supposed to get people safely to their destination. You want to be a political commentator? Then quit and be a political commentator.
Yeah, as a person who tries to sleep on planes, pilots over talking is already a pet peeve of mine. On your left side are clouds, and so are the same thing on the right-hand side. I know, dude, I'm trying to get some sleep, please. All right, and I agree with Anna. If they said F Trump, I would think what are you trying to get all of us to fight? Because some people are gonna have a reaction to that, and then I'm gonna have a reaction to their reaction, and you're gonna cause a mess. And the reason why pilots in particular are a bad idea is you've got a captive audience. They can't leave the plane, right? Yep. And second of all, you're on a plane. That's a bad time to start fights.
At a time when you already have all these incidents of people assaulting flight attendants. I mean, there's a news story every other day about that. So why would a pilot needlessly engage in that kind of political rhetoric, knowing that people are on flights looking to fight?
Yeah, because they're conservatives and they can't help themselves, and they think they're entitled to do everything they want to us, and that there's going to be no repercussions.
It's just so stupid.
Okay, in this case, by the way, the conservatives, you think you're so bold. I get it. I know why you get such a kick out of it, because you're not saying it, but you are saying it, and it triggers the elites. So everybody in Washington thinks the most offensive thing they've ever heard. That is the beloved Joe Biden. He's powerful. We all have to kiss his ass. We progressives don't care at all. So F Donald Trump. By the way, I've said that, not even in those kind of harsh words, in open debate. And I've had right wingers lose their minds. I mean, you want to see apes crawling up a wall. They're you can't say that about Trump. Why? Why can't I say it about Trump? What happened to free speech? Because they're so triggered.
Yeah.
And all right, we got a poll on this, and I want to say one more thing.
Right, so go to tyt.com/polls because we're curious what you think. The question is, should the Southwest pilot who used the phrase "Let's go Brandon" on a flight be fired? Okay, so we want to know if you think he should be fired, yes or no. Go to tyt.com/polls to answer.
Yeah, I don't even know if he should be fired. That's why I'm curious what you guys are gonna say. I don't know how I'm gonna vote in that poll, but I do know this: if I was on that flight, I wouldn't make a scene at that point. But what I would do is, if I got a chance to see the pilot as I was leaving, I'd say, "Go F yourself," and I'd say it really pleasantly. And if he was surprised or like, "How could you?" I'd be like, "What do you mean? You just said F Joe Biden, so you don't mind saying things like that, right? You said it with a smile. I said it with a smile. Go F yourself, and do it really hard. Try to figure out how to like hurt yourself while doing it. Okay." Hey, we're all having fun, right? We're just having fun. But the reason I would do that is because I know right-wingers. They don't believe in justice. They don't believe in equality. They don't believe in anything, right? Fairness. They think fairness is a joke, right? So they think I can say anything I want to you, but you're never allowed to say it back to me. Well, I disagree, okay? But the problem is, as Anna pointed out in the beginning, once we start going down this road, we're all fighting, and we're all fighting nonstop.
I just want to get on the flight and get to my destination without it being more annoying than it already is. Like flying in particular is the most annoying thing that you have to do, right? So like, can we just find ways to make it smoother and not needlessly inject like divisive rhetoric where it doesn't need to exist? That's all I'm saying. Other than that, you can say F Biden all you want, don't care at all.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.